What's up, guys? We're going to do a quick overview of the first round of the NFL draft. The Eagles were they did everything. I'm still speechless. Like, the amount they were able to do last night. Insane. We start off the night before the draft even started, like 5 minutes before. Cardinals were apparently caught tampering with Jonathan Gannon. We wound up moving up 30 spots to 66. And had to give up 94 in a fourth and fifth. I think it was a fifth round pick in 2025 or something like that. That was unexpected. I didn't think that the Cardinals tampered with Jonathan Gannon at all, but we were able to move up some spots. I thought that was potentially something they would wind up using to trade up. They did trade up. They traded up to 9. The first 4 or 5 picks were kind of okay, expected. 5, Witherspoon, maybe a little high for him. Then 6 goes Paris Johnson, and you're like, oh, okay, the Eagles have a shot here at Jalen Carter. 7 was, I already forget. What did they do? Tyree Wilson. Makes sense there. 8, I don't know what the Falcons were thinking. They go out and take Bijan Robinson. You know my thoughts on Bijan Robinson. I just didn't think he was... I think he's going to be a good player, not worth that pick, in my opinion, at all. Then we're sitting there at 9. I'm like, oh, man, they're going to take Jalen Carter. The Bears are going to take Jalen Carter. Eagles trade up. They use their 4th-round pick in next year's draft. Get up 1 spot. Take Jalen Carter. And this is the guy. This is the guy. The guy. Wasn't real happy with Jordan Davis last year because he wasn't a pass-rushing defensive tackle. They got the most premier defensive tackle I've seen come out of the draft in a while. I am so hyped to watch this guy play. I know there's the off-the-field stuff, but I feel confident. You had Nakobe Dean and Nolan Smith, which we're going to talk about later, who were captains there with Georgia, who were around this guy. And you got Jordan Davis, who's next to him. The off-the-field stuff doesn't really worry me too much. I feel like they will be able to handle him in check. Hopefully it was just one incident, one accident. It's terrible. Somebody lost their life. Let's hope he never makes that mistake again. And I'm not sure how much involvement he really had in that, whether it was a race, whether what happened. It's not what I'm here. I'm here to talk about football. And that was the best football player the Philadelphia Eagles could have taken. The best football player the Philadelphia Eagles could have taken. We're going down through the draft then. The Giants take a corner. Commanders take a corner. The Cowboys get jumped. They wanted the tight end. They wound up taking a defensive tackle from Michigan. Nolan Smith, who in my opinion, that's who I really wanted him at 10. If Jalen Carter wasn't there at 10, Nolan Smith was the guy for me. I love the athleticism. I love the potential. It screams, to me, it looks to me a lot like what Trayvon Walker was last year. Maybe the production wasn't there in college. They rotate at Georgia. So maybe the sacks weren't there. They don't play the second halves most of the time because they're up by so much. Nolan Smith, absolutely tremendous pick. Might wind up being the steal of the draft. I was so excited when they announced Nolan Smith as a pick. Brian Branch was the other guy I could have wanted there. But Nolan Smith is just, you got just some athletic freaks in that defense now. You got Reddick, who's an absolute freak of an athlete. Jordan Davis, absolute freak of an athlete. Nakobe Dean, absolute freak of an athlete. I mean, these guys you got on here, Jalen Carter, freak. Josh Sweat, freak. Like, this defense, yeah, it got a little bit worse, maybe. We'll see what happens today. They can still do some stuff. Secondary is worth, but that defensive line got even better. They had 70 sacks last year, and they got better. That is insane. Nolan Smith comes right in. He's going to make an impact. Jalen Carter comes right in. He's going to make an impact. Jordan Davis, we're hoping he's going to step up a little bit. They still have Fletcher Cox here. You know, there's still really good players in this defense. They have a mix of young and old. It's going to be great. Howie Roseman has just done an absolute tremendous job so far in this offseason. Just tremendous. I've never been this excited over Eagles offseason. And it's not like they did a ton, like, in free agency. They didn't really do anything out there in free agency. They re-signed a couple guys. They signed Tremaine Edmonds. They signed Rashad Penny. Like, nothing crazy like they have in the past where they've brought in these big-time free agents. They've just made... It seems like they're making the right moves every single time. And they go out and make 2 splashes in the draft. And hell, we still got pick 66 and pick 62. They may trade up and go get another guy like Brian Branch. They may go do something like that. I think that's the one hole, is a free safety. I love to find a playmaking free safety. The one guy I really like is Garrett Williams. I know he's listed as a corner, but I really think he could transition to safety and be really good. I'd love if they took him in the 2nd or 3rd round. He's a good player. There's a few guys on the board still, like Joey Porter Jr. would be an absolute steal if we get him. But I'm thinking more towards that end of the 2nd round. He might not be there. I don't know if they go running back. Tight end they could go, which I would be okay with. If they got like Darnell Washington or something, I'd be okay with that. But right now, like, they got the guys I wanted. I don't think there's much that could be like, okay, what are they doing with this move? You know, go offensive line makes sense. That would make sense to me. If you go, the only position that really wouldn't make sense is quarterback. That's the only position to me that wouldn't make sense. Maybe a left tackle if you can only play left tackle. But you also need backups there too. I'm thinking wide receiver would make some sense. Linebacker still makes a little bit of sense. Safety definitely makes some sense. Free safety makes some sense. Corner, maybe not as much sense because you just signed Greedy Williams. But, I mean, I'm just excited to see what Howie does again. Howie has this figured out. 2 years ago, we thought he should be fired. I don't know what flipped, but he's taking SEC school guys now. He's taking guys from the best defense of college football. So, you know what, come here. And with the offense, he took guys from the best offense in college football at Alabama when he took Hurts and when he took Devontae Smith and when he took Landon Dickerson. Like, he's just making good picks right now. I'm really, really excited for this team. And I jokingly said, oh, they're going to the Super Bowl last night. But, like, they are on that trend right now where the offense looks like a juggernaut and the defense looks like a juggernaut. You're coming together as one. It's dangerous. It's a dangerous team. And they're in the NFC, which isn't that strong right now. The Eagles right now, maybe the 49ers are there, but I think the 49ers are still a tier below. You got the Eagles, and it's that. Like, the Eagles have the best quarterback in the NFC right now. They have one of the best receiving corps in the NFL right now. They have the best offensive line in the NFL right now. Their defense, I mean, if Carter and Smith are exactly what I think they are, oh my, this defense is going to be absolutely ridiculous. I'm real excited to see what happens tonight. I'm going to go live on YouTube whenever they make the picks. We're going to see what they do. I'm not going to do a full live stream tonight just because, you know, it's 2nd, 3rd round. I'm going to watch the pick. I'm going to watch the whole draft, but just going to chill a little bit. So, man, what else can Howie do? Like, the guy just keeps pulling stuff out. He's like, wow. And Jizzle was here with me. He's like, how does Howie Roseman do this? And I'm trying to ask myself the same thing. How does Howie Roseman do this? We'll see what happens tonight. But, you know, really, there's not much tonight that I'm like, okay, that would be a bad pick. You know, they've done everything I wanted them to. So, Like I said, I'll see you guys tonight. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Go watch the live mock draft we did yesterday. Not mock, was it the real draft? Go check it out. It's on my page. Thank you guys. Kind of hot.